Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. They're two of the greatest footballers ever, and today we're going to use these action figures along with some miniature props to imagine what it would look like if the two of them faced off in a match of FIFA 22 on the PlayStation 5. I'll be using a variety of crafting techniques in this video, including 3D printing, painting, and a little bit of cutting and pasting to build a miniature diorama for these figures. Once the diorama is done, I'll use my camera to take a photo of the completed scene to create a piece of art. Let's go. What's going on, everyone? This is Dwayne Shoots Toys. Today we got a fun project for you that incorporates these 1/6 scale action figures of Messi and Ronaldo. Now, I know the first question that a lot of you may have is, where can I buy these action figures? So I'll get to that right away. So these are custom assembled action figures. I bought the individual parts separately, like the head, the clothing, and the body, and then assembled them together. Originally, I bought these figures on eBay. They're made by a company called Kodoxo. You'll have to forgive my pronunciation if I got that wrong, but I didn't like the head sculpts on these figures, so I decided to order some more realistic looking ones to replace them with. I went on eBay and searched for 1/6 Messi head sculpt and 1/6 Ronaldo head sculpt. And these were the items that I received in the mail. Now, this Ronaldo head sculpt came with a neck attached to it, so I had to cut the neck off in order to use it with the Kodoxo body, and I did that with a Dremel tool to end up with this. Next, I wanted to replace their international jerseys with some PSG and Manchester United jerseys, so I went on eBay and searched for 1/6 Ronaldo jersey and 1/6 Messi jersey. And then it was just a matter of dressing them up to arrive at this, which is the look that I wanted for this particular scene. Alright, so we've got the figures, now it's time to plan out the scene. My idea was to create a photo sort of like this with Messi and Ronaldo shot from the back, playing FIFA 22 with the PlayStation 5 console right down the middle. So the main thing I need to build for this scene is a miniature PlayStation 5 and 2 controllers, and I'm going to do that by 3D printing some models that I found online. I went to sculpts3d.com and found these models of the console and controllers. I'll put all the links to these models in the description. After downloading the models, I loaded them up into my slicing program called Cura to prepare them for 3D printing. I scaled them down to a different size. I believe the PlayStation was 50% of the model size and the controllers were around 400%. I then copied the G-code files onto a memory card and sent them over to my 3D printer. I'm currently using the Creality Ender 3 Pro. I hope to eventually upgrade to a resin printer, which would do a better job of making miniature items, but for now, this is what I've got. You'll notice here that I used a raft to support the model and improve bed adhesion. It just makes my prints turn out better with less failures. Once the models were finished printing, I removed them from the print bed and did a little bit of sanding with some fine sandpaper just to make them a little bit smoother. And then I primed the pieces with some white primer. Next, it was time to paint the pieces, which is pretty straightforward since they're basically just black and white. And this is what I ended up with once everything was complete. Now, in addition to the PlayStation console, I also wanted to make some miniature boxes to use as background props for the scene. So I looked up some photos of the PlayStation box online using Google image search, and then I copied them into Photoshop and arranged them into a printable template. I also did the same thing for the FIFA 22 game box. I printed them out onto matte photo paper, and then I folded and glued everything together. I used polymer clay to make this little handle for the PS5 box. And this is how those little props turned out. Now for the TV, I already had this flat screen that I printed out a while back, and I basically just took a screenshot of FIFA 22 and glued it on top. I can't remember the exact 3D model file that I used for it, but if you go onto thingiverse.com and search for flat screen TV, you should be able to find something similar. I'll also be using these furniture pieces that I 3D printed a while back, and again, you can find similar models for free on Thingiverse. Finally, I wanted to incorporate a few references to the teams that Messi and Ronaldo play on, PSG and Manchester United, so I printed out some logos and photos to glue on the walls. And I also reached out to an artist named Little Sam. He offered to draw some custom artwork for the scene. These were the pieces that he came up with. Go check him out on Instagram. He's got some really fun pop culture art. So all the core props are done. All that's left is to make the walls and the floors, and I'm gonna use some foam board for that. And then it's just a matter of arranging all the pieces together and taking the photo. So this is the finished scene. All that's left now is to take a photo of it. I'm using a Panasonic GH3 camera with a 14mm pancake lens. After doing a bit of editing to clean things up, this was the final photo that I ended up with. So there you have it. This is what it would look like if Ronaldo and Messi faced off in a match of FIFA 22 on the PlayStation 5. Be sure to check out my Instagram page if you want to see more of my content. I've got lots of photos and videos up there that you won't find here on YouTube. I've been focusing most of my energy on Instagram and TikTok over the last couple years, but I'm going to start shifting more over to YouTube in the coming months, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.